It was my first time getting recognized. People want pictures with me. Okay. I'm Madison Bailey, and this is my top 8. Guess we'll start it off in 2014, my first acting class. It was wild. I remember walking into that room and feeling like an alien, and everybody just seemed so comfortable, and I wanted that same comfort. It was the first space that it was like acceptable to express all of these emotions and all of these feelings, and I kind of fell in love. In the same year, this is still 2014, next biggest moment was booking my first job. Actually being on set for the first time, I felt like they were treating me like royalty, and it was the weirdest thing. And craft services is like unlimited snacks. And I remember, I was like, what do you guys have? And they said, what do you want? And I was like, I'm never leaving here. Like, unlimited food, sold. It was 2018 when I joined the cast of Black Lightning as my first reoccurring role. I had day played and just done like one episode, or like just been on set for a week, and it was my first time returning to a show, and I felt twice as in love with it. Actually becoming a part of the set family, I feel like just drove me even harder. In 2019, I auditioned for Outer Banks. I flew to Charleston for this callback, and they told me that day to my face that the part was mine. Booking my first series regular and on such a huge platform like Netflix was an out-of-body moment. I ran outside and I called my dad, and my dad was like so unsurprised, and he was like, oh yeah, like congrats, like of course. And I was like, no dad, like you don't understand. Top 8 for sure. Same year, 2019, my first time really hanging out with the whole cast. We had a sleepover at the chateau, and there was like an overwhelming sense of chemistry and friendship and family. That night was so undescribable. We woke up in the morning, watched the sunrise, and just kind of took a moment to be like, our lives are gonna change, and it was kind of a moment to soak everything in before we got the ball rolling. Flash forward to 2020. The show's out. It was my first time getting recognized. I was in Whole Foods, and this guy came up to me and was like, are you that girl from Outer Banks? And I was like, I guess. And then he was like, oh, I know somebody works on the show. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense that you would see me and you would know me. And then at the same store, somebody coming to check out asked to take a picture with me. It was my first time. I was so excited, and like, it was so surreal, like me, like I'm like taking pictures. People want pictures with me. Next huge moment, I'm gonna give that to my first fashion week in 2021. I have loved fashion my whole life. When I was younger, I was in a computer class and we were learning about PowerPoints, and I made a PowerPoint on how to tell real designer from fake designer when I was 10. So going to my first fashion week was insane. The first room I'm walking in is with Anna Wintour, and yeah. The year was 2021, and I got my first big beauty contract. It was for Fenty Beauty, which is a brand that I have loved and respected since I started playing with makeup in high school. And it was like the first brand with all of these different shades. It was just played a huge role in makeup and beauty culture, in my opinion. And to be a part of it, it was insane. I think my biggest focus right now is just being happy. Sometimes, like, the closer I'm getting to the things that I thought I want, the more I realize what I truly need. So I think finding happiness and finding peace is my biggest priority. To anybody trying to pursue something similar or whatever you're pursuing, don't let anybody tell you no. Only you know you, and that will speak truth always.